it's me, Flylady Kat, and I am here today to give you peace in your life, control in your home, and to learn how to finally love yourself. Today, our topic is husbands who collect clutter. I know some of you wanted me to talk about hoarding husbands, but really, hoarding is a disease, and this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about husbands who just keep clutter and keep bringing it in. And most of the time, they have one area of expertise in their clutter. Some of them do a little wider variation, but most of them kind of stick to one thing or one group of things. So I'm not going to address you first. I'm going to go ahead and get this out, and then I'll address your questions and answers and say hello to everyone, okay? All right, so here's the thing. Here's the scenario, and you know it if you have a husband who hoards, no, who collects clutter. It's everywhere because probably you have let it become part of the whole scenario of your home because you have stuff everywhere. Now, let's say you've gotten control of your clutter and now we're left with just his, and it looks like a sore thumb in the room because you finally got yours out, you got the kids out, and his is just obviously glaring. But don't think you're innocent because before his was glaring, yours was right in there too. Here's the number one rule in dealing with other people's clutter, other adults' clutter. Don't touch their stuff. Do you want anybody to touch your stuff? To just say, I'm going to clean this up? No, you do not. Now, if somebody asked you and said, hey, have you noticed that I've been cleaning up and I'm doing some things that make the house look better? I'd like to help you too. Would you like us to work together to get your things under control? Because the number one thing you want to get across to that person is that it's okay. It's okay. You are not judging them. This is very important. You are also not going to be able to have their stuff in public areas of the house. So if an area is used by more than just him, then his clutter can't be there because it's not fair to the other people who've worked hard to declutter, right? So if it's a living room and that's where everyone goes, or your family room, then it can't be there. If it's the kitchen, obviously everyone goes there, it can't be there. If it's the bedroom, it can't be on your half of the bedroom. If he has a private office, yes, it can be there. If you share the office, no, it can be on his half of the office. Okay, and I know you're going to hate it because there's going to be your beautiful bedroom with junk on the other side of the bed or on his dresser or whatever, but you can't mess with it until he's ready to have you help him or he decides on his own to do it. Sometimes you can come up with some creative solutions that they might like. For example, Michelle Taylor, one of our fly babies, just recently posted pictures on Facebook of hooks that she put in the closet for her husband's clothes because they were always on the floor. So it's a strip of hooks. They put them up together. He was for it, right? And he likes that when he takes off his pants, if he wants to wear them again, he could just hang them on a hook. And he might have 5 or 6 things hanging on the hook, and it doesn't matter because they're off the floor. And that's what's important to Michelle in this example. So there are creative ways of doing things, but the number one thing is you can't touch his stuff. The number two thing is it can't be in a shared area because it's not fair. So you can tell them, while you're at work today, I'm going to take all the stuff that you've left in the living room and I'm going to put it in X place, which is the place that you decided that he can keep his things together. It's not something that you appointed, something you came up together. Where can we keep your stuff? Where's a good place to keep it? And we'll put it there. But it needs to be a place that the whole family doesn't use. So that's the answer for now. Now here's the thing. When their stuff becomes glaringly obvious, a lot of times they'll start cleaning it up. They will. So they might not always, but most of the time they will. You'll be surprised. And if you share with them what you're doing, if you have those tabletop conversations, the dinner table conversations with your whole family, Daddy's there too. He's listening. Your husband is listening. So if it's just the two of you, then just have that conversation with him. Have a normal, healthy conversation about having a tidy house and how it makes you feel and how you've been so disappointed with yourself until now and how proud of you are of yourself and that kind of thing. So that's all I'm going to say about it. But from just me, but now I know that you have ideas and I know that you have questions. So I'm going to open that up for you right now. Come on in, let's say hello. While I'm waiting for you to say hello, I want to give some more shout outs. I received some late Christmas cards, and I want to thank everyone for those. I received this one from Jackie. It's so beautiful, and it came with a $15 Starbucks card. Thank you, Jackie. I received this one from Jessica Nelson. Let's see, is that right? Yeah, she's Jessie Lee on here, but that's her family. Aren't they sweet? I know, I love it. I received this one from Jessie Miles. So pretty. I love the gold foil. I received this one from Peggy Lynch, one of my lifetime flybabies, and it's a picture of her 4 dogs in a Volkswagen. I think that's such a riot. So cute. And oh, Peggy also sent me a box, and in the box was another box. This box is, it's called Brown Velvet Almonds. Look at this. I've been into these. They're almonds covered in cocoa, but before they cover them in cocoa, they put a little sugar coating on them and bake them. They're decadent and delicious. She sent me 2 chocolate bars. She knows I love chocolate. This one is stone ground peanut butter and chocolate. Sounds lovely. This one is called Dagoba. It sounds like Jumanji, the deepest, darkest forest. It is a rainforest protected, rainforest certified dark chocolate. I'm excited about that. And she also works in plants and sent me a little lavender sachet. I'm not sure if she was involved in the collection of this, but I have a feeling she might have been. Isn't that nice? So sweet. And then I received this card from, this is from Lisa Iao. So pretty. And she told me how to pronounce her name. I always say Iao. What do y'all think? How would you say that? I-E-Lo? I-A-Yo? I'm thinking I-A-Lo maybe? I'm still not sure how to say it. So anyway, wasn't that sweet? Everybody is so nice, and I just wanted to thank you again for those. Okay, I'm ready for your questions. Anybody? Let's see, I think I've got Mommy as a Lion. I'm the hoarder in our house. My hubby is the one who helps me let go. When I met him, he had no idea what a mess I was. I'm determined to give him back a tidy home. You can do it. You can do it. Work it day by day, girl. Work it. You can do it. Liz said, very cute. I think she's referring to all my cards and things. They're probably the dogs. She loves dogs. Carla Ellman. Hi, Carla. Glad to catch you. Simply Shannon McCrae says, my husband is much neater than I am, but I'm glad I finally caught you live. Yay. Thank you, Simply Shannon. Lash Love 16, my dad is such a hoarder. He refused to use file cabinets in the garage for his paperwork. Instead, he used the bedroom armoire, and the whole 3 shelves fell down on each other. She was so mad. I bet she was. Sometimes if it's always, if it's clutter, it's like a chosen thing. So his was paperwork, right? He had a problem with paperwork. Michelle said, good morning, sweet Mama Cat. Michelle Taylor, that's what I'm talking about, got kids who did the hooks. It was Peggy's dogs. I like Peggy. Liz is also one of my lifetime fly babies. What do you do if the garage is all family projects? You declutter it. You declutter it a little bit at a time. And then if the projects are like crafts or something like that, you organize it so you're just doing one thing at a time. To right where you are. Remember, organization is only putting like things together and getting rid of the junk. That's all it is. So if that's where you're going to keep it, it's fine if you're going to use it. Okay, what is this? Oh, Michelle said, success story, my husband loved his closet with the hooks. That's awesome. No, he does not discriminate. He hoards everything, Lash Love says. Oh, no. Well, then, see, that can be an emotional problem, and I can't address that because I don't have the certifications for that. I'm sorry. But he might have a real problem and need to go seek help. It's all good stuff, go-karts and ATVs. That's awesome, Liz. That's where it goes. Oh, gold stuff. Oh, yeah. Liz does gold painting. Well, that's okay. Just organize it. That's all. Good morning, Miss Cat. So glad I finally caught you live. That's Melissa Triggers. Hi, Melissa. We have 51 people on here. Does anyone else have not a hoarding, but a clutter collecting husband and let me know what that is, and I'll see if I can help you. Tell me what it is they're collecting. Purple hearts, yay. I'm doing my best. Yes, you are, Liz, and I know you're a hard worker too. All right, let's see who else. I might have to have another almond if y'all don't ask me more questions. Okay. Oh, okay. Lindsay Van Dusen. My husband is his thing that he does is he collects beer cans. I'm going to write a blues song about blue and silver Keystone. I also shouldn't be snarky, but if the clothes are on the floor next to the hamper, I'm not washing them. Hey, and if that works, that's fine. That's his choice. I would give him a choice. I would say, hey, honey, you know what? I'd really like you to put the clothes in the hamper. And when you put them in the hamper, I'll be happy to wash them for you. But if you choose not to, that's fine. You can put them on the floor. But just know they're not going to get washed. So you're not being snarky. You're just saying, this is a fact. Lash Love, I think hoarding is a fear of either not knowing how to deal with it or fear that you might need it one day. I don't know what it is. It's very deep and hard to get rid of. If you've ever watched the hoarding shows on television, they can go in there and they can help people and get it all cleaned out, and it's so hard for those people and they cry. And the fact is that when everybody's gone, it rehoards. They rehoard. They're not fixed. It's very difficult. Dorothy Graybill, good morning, Kat. Glad I caught you. Where did your note go? It got deleted or retracted. Why did you retract your note, Dorothy? It sounded so sweet. Okay, what's next? Nothing next? Okay, then I'm going for an almond. Going for an almond. Larry, don't you wish you were up here with me? How do I get hubby to sort his mail? That is his clutter issue. Sometimes I feel I should just do it. Ask him if he wants you to. Michelle says, Larry copied and pasted, loved the labeled buckets, the clean clothes put away, and he said, wow, now I will be organized. With me watching him, he just might. That's right. You have to inspect what you expect, right, Michelle? Even with your husband. I don't know what that means, Samuel. Hi, Liz. Little sweet crying face. Samuel, you'll have to speak English. Unfortunately, I can't understand you. Shannon Engelken. Successful morning, Kat. List is made for the kids' morning routines, and they are not even fighting me this morning. Such a peaceful way to start the day. Oh my gosh, Shannon, that's awesome. Dorothy Grable. There we go. Good morning. Zone cleaning today. Christmas is all packed up and put away. High five, girl. My tree's staying up to New Year's Eve. That's tomorrow, isn't it? What's today? What's the date? I don't even know. My husband puts his clothes on the floor of his music room. His closet in there. His closet is in there. I will ask him about the hooks. Yeah, he might like that. If they're dirty, give him a basket and give him some hooks. And then tell him he has a choice. He can use those, or he can leave them on the floor. But if he hangs them up, he'll have clothes that aren't wrinkled and that smell better. And if he puts them in the dirty clothes hamper, you'll wash them for him. Otherwise, he can certainly choose to put them on the floor if that's what he prefers. This is Isla Cero. What should I do if my husband does not put his clothes away? The same thing we're just talking about, he drops them on the floor, is that what you mean? If so, I think the same answers I've been giving. Give them an option, very pleasantly, very firm but kind. After all, you're running the house, right? Just say, you can do it, or you don't have to. It's your call, but just know that they're going to be on your side of the bed, and they're going to get gross. I used to hoard, as this is what I learned growing up. This is Lash Love. I finally realized by watching Con Marie videos on YouTube how to let go of things. My breaking point was when my mirrored closet doors fell on me. Oh my goodness, honey. That's terrible. Lucero says, my husband does not like me to touch his clothes. Does he like you to wash his clothes? I just need to know. Put on the bed or somewhere. Okay, so not on the bed because that's a shared place. Unless you have twin beds and he has his own bed, it can't be on your bed. It has to be on the floor or in his basket or on his hooks. Those are his choices. And then he washes them or you wash them. I don't know. Janet Solorzano, I have spots for him to put his stuff, baskets and hooks, but he still tosses his stuff everywhere. Slow process. Right, so if he tosses it everywhere, you shove it over to his corner because you have a right to have a clean bedroom. And he can have his corner, and then reiterate that, if he wants his clothes washed, they need to be in the laundry, and that you would appreciate it if he didn't all of a sudden decide one day to have them all washed, because you're still going to wash the same size laundry, and you're not going to be able to do laundry all day because he finally decided for you to wash them. You need to be really firm about that. You're running a household. This is Lindsay. Twin beds. Love the idea of separate bedrooms. Lindsay, you're so funny. That is what I do so far, Lucero says. Let's see. Yep, that's good. That's what you do then. Mary Beth, I have my own room. Good. Then he can slob up his room if he wants to, but just remember, if he wants his clothes clean, they need to be in the basket. Offer him hooks. Hey, Miss Cat. Hello to everyone else. So glad to see y'all. Hi, Melissa. I haven't seen you in a while. Guys, kids, this is at Michelle. That's what our garage issue is. My husband has several toolboxes, shelves of auto parts, and lots of other things organized, at least to some extent. We just have projects half done. Okay, just remember they have a place to be when they're not being worked on. That's the key with projects. He did the laundry for the family. Okay, well that's good. Lash love, Lindsay. And just don't worry about it. That's what he wants to do. He can do that. He just can't impede. His things cannot be in everyone else's way. You don't have to step over his stuff. It needs to be in a place out of the way because that's the right of the family. That's all, Lucero. Charlene, Pierre. Hubby clothes pile up on his side of the room and closet. I clean it up monthly for a fresh start, but he doesn't maintain it. If I maintain weekly, great. If not, disaster in something. Advice, please. Okay, let me put this. I'm not going to be able to eat my almond because y'all started asking me loads of questions. All right, so the question is, he makes a big mess, and if you clean it up every week, that's fine. I would say you can say to him, you could try this. Now, if it doesn't work, you know his personality, I don't. But you could say to him, okay, you know what? Every week I'm going to wash clothes. I would appreciate it if you would take your clothes off the floor and put them in the basket, which is right here amidst the clothes. So put the basket right where his clothes are. So he can just dump them right there. Make it easy. Put it right where he drops his clothes. So if he drops them in the basket, great. If he doesn't, the ones that don't make it in the basket, you're not being snarky. You just kick him to the corner and pick up the basket and go wash the clothes. And if he doesn't have his blue pants that week, he didn't put them in the basket. Okay? All right. But you could also inspect what you expect and say, hey, babe, you got everything in the basket but your blue pants. Do you want those washed? Okay. Table for 9 says, what's wrong with just picking up his clothes? I'm sure that he does things for me I don't realize too. You know what? That's true, Table for 9. And you can do that if that's what you choose to do. You can totally pick up his clothes. If it's easy for you to pick up his clothes, it's fine. It would bother me just because I asked him to do it and he didn't do it. That would bother me. But it doesn't bother some people. And if it doesn't bother you, pick them up and wash them. Big deal. Right? And if he does things for you, great. And I'm sure he does. I've had 2 fly babies who lost their clutter collecting husbands this year. They lost them. They died. And each woman misses her husband terribly and talks about the wonderful things her husband did. So, this is just one little facet of their personality. Don't let it destroy your relationship. You married this person. You chose this person out of all the men in the world. You chose this man. And so sometimes they have little habits that it's hard to break. But you can have human conversation with them. It's not like a taboo conversation. It's not like he's an abuser, right? Who's going to beat you up if you talk about his clothes. You can have a conversation. Just don't nag. Be kind. Be firm but kind. And if you choose to pick it up and wash it yourself, that is your choice. You can totally do that. But if you don't want to do that, like for me, that would really bother me. But I chose somebody who happens to be very tidy. But you really don't know that when you marry him, do you? You don't. Unless you've lived with them before, you don't know. All right, let's see. I just do it out of love. I don't mention it. He's mostly wonderful. There you go. That's table for 9. Lash love. 16. Lindsay, I really want to take my concept to a home developer for a new home concept. I would eliminate so many issues. I don't know what you're talking about. My husband got so lucky. Yes, Liz, he did. Maria Pacheco. Oops, missed the subject that it's about. Husbands who clutter. That's right. Lucero. I always feel bad about it and tell him that if he can put things back where they belong, then he will know where the stuff is. I create some stress in the marriage. It creates some stress in the marriage. Yeah, don't let it create stress between you. It's not worth it. If that's just an area where he won't move on, and it's easy for you to put it in the basket. Put it in the basket. If Kat misses your question, post it later for in the live feed or retype it. There you go. Thanks, Larry. Okay. Any other questions or concerns? Marie Mac. Hey, Kat. Everyone. I don't have one of these, but I do this when my kids come to my house. I ask them to pick up and clean up whatever mess they have made. That's right. You just have a normal conversation, right? Jessica Malinsme, my boyfriend collects. I just keep moving stuff into the garage, his room and office. I keep the communal areas clear. We are very different about our ideas of what is clutter. That's right. And as long as that's okay with him, and you can offer to help him and maybe help streamline it if you have a great idea, but you can't touch it without him saying, that's fine, I would love you to touch that. See, because you would be very upset if he said, oh, I got rid of some of your shoes and rearranged them. It's like, what? Don't touch my stuff. Or at least that's the way I am. I'm very territorial about my things, and I think a lot of people are. Okay. Charlene, my hubby says, stop nagging and just maintain in the areas that bother me since it's not purposeful. He says my level of tidiness is just different from his, so just do it since it's not a huge disaster. I just do it since it's not a huge disaster. That's fine, and you can keep it from being a huge disaster by just doing it. You just can. And if it's tidy all the time, and then you let it go for a little bit, he'll see it sometimes. Hi, Julie Phelps from Tallahassee. Started late, but love the subject. Hit the like button. Oh, you're sweet. Thanks, Julie, my Tallahassee lassie. Bye, Michelle. I have a lot to say about this. Oh, she's not going. She's saying lots of stuff. Sorry, I have a lot to say about this. My husband is a major hoarder. He just doesn't see it. The garage is loaded with camping, hunting, auto, electronics, unfinished projects, etc. It's so much. Oh my. But you're going to give us some ideas, Michelle? Nolissa Harper, we are recovering, or are you asking? I need to know. I just need to know because you said you have a lot to say about it. Nolissa Harper, we are recovering from a house fire. Oh my goodness, Nolissa. And is just now getting to the point of stability after a year and a half. And I have my new place looking almost like new. I want it, but someone gave us an older model TV and it's really huge. Okay. You want it though, right? So you just work around it. Just work around it. Keep it clean. Right? Liz, I only have 2 shoes, right and left. You are so funny, Liz. That's minimalism for sure. Shannon Inglekin, each of you pick a project you don't want to do and then reward yourselves with a date night. Works for me. I like that. Liz, you're getting a laugh from Lindsay. It's a merry life. That's hard, got kids. Yeah, I'm waiting for Michelle to answer us and see if she said she has a lot to say about it. Nalissa, so glad you're able to move on. Sorry for your loss. I'm sorry too, Nalissa. Did you discover, Nalissa, that after you lost things that you didn't really need that stuff after all? I know there are things that you miss, pictures and sentimental things, but did you even miss a lot of your stuff? Or did you have clutter before the fire? He wants it and I don't, and I think that he wants to hang on to it because we lost everything. How do I get rid of it? Oh, you don't want it. Well, why don't you start a television fund for a really nice TV that you want, that you can get on sale? And when you have enough, then you can buy a brand new TV and get rid of that one. That'll be a wonderful surprise, or you can share that goal with him. Okay, inside, this is Michelle. Inside the house, he drops off his stuff here and there, wherever he is. His side of the bed drawers are open, full of papers and trash, but I am on it because I am the CEO of my home. Yes, you are. Now imagine this. She's got 12 kids. Most of them still live at home, and her husband does all that, and she still keeps her house tidy. Amazing. That's amazing. Larry's laughing. Liz, me too. He's talking about the shoes. He doesn't have a lot of shoes. No, I don't miss all the stuff Melissa says we had, but I wasn't a hoarder anyways. Yeah, I didn't think you were a hoarder, but did you have clutter? Heather Ball. Hi, Heather. I'm missing my tidy hubby. I have learned to clean where he has always helped around the house. I'm running into some of his hidden treasures. I'm missing his helping hands. Aw, I'm sorry, Heather. I know. You see all the good, don't you? It's a merry life. At Michelle. I have a similar issue with my husband. I just started organizing everything else. I left his messes. I think they started to stick out like a sore thumb. He started working on it. See, that's what I was talking about. A lot of people have said that to me. Liz says, I don't know why you would need to have a lot of shoes. It doesn't make sense to me. um, Joan Garza, I started decluttering my home after having to clean out my mom's house 3.5 years ago when she passed. Decluttering my home has been such a blessing. I think that does give you an eye-opening experience, and you realize you don't want anyone to ever have to do that to your home, right? Because it's not fun to declutter your home, the home of, you've already lost your parents, that's hard enough, and then you have to go through their stuff, that's hard. Michelle, I heard some stuff in your past YouTube that I'm going to practice word for word on how to train him. Yes, he is a bad example, but he works so hard. I love him anyways. Of course you do. You married him. Awesome. That is what I'm hoping for. It already sticks out like a sore thumb. That's Michelle again. Melissa, thank you all, and that's a good idea. I plan to get a new TV, but not right now. Just working on the necessities. No, I didn't have a lot of clutter, but I have trouble with routines and schedules. Okay, well, just have to change your mind and start on your routines first. That's what you're going to do. If you haven't already, and Melissa, you've been with me for a while. I'm sure you've watched the video, How to Do the Flylady System for Newbies, but if you need to, go watch that again. Mommy is the line's going to have to go. This is making her feel guilty. My hubby is so tidy and is grocery shopping at this minute. I need to go tidy more. Bye, sweetie. Do a good job. I know you will. Lash Love is, I was helping my mom during a kitchen remodel. In the junk drawers, I found menus and wedding invitations from 20 years ago. Some people are on their third marriage. That's funny. Yeah, those probably need to go. Table for 9. Got kids. This is to Michelle. Train up your kids so that they will bless their husbands and wives with their tidiness. I know. I agree. That's right. Train them up in the way that they will go in all things. Haha, Mommy is a lion. You go do it, said It's a Merry Life. Melissa says, much better as it is because of all of you. Aw. My sister Marty's here. Hi, Marty. Remember the article I told you about Swedish death cleaning? Yeah, remind everybody about that, Marty. That was pretty interesting. Michelle said, I watch the newbie videos once a week. I want to make sure it all sinks in way deep. You're so funny. You're so funny. We'll see what Marty has to say. Oh, now I can eat. Now I can eat one of my almonds that Peggy gave me. So delicious. Any more chat on here? We're just waiting for Marty. Marty. Kat, this is from It's a Merry Life. I want you to know that my house has been clean enough for company for the last 3 months because of you. No, honey, it's because of you. Good job. Melissa, I watch on occasion too. Michelle, It's a Merry Life says, thank you. So sweet. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that too. Because people will say things like, oh, this isn't for everybody and blah, blah, blah. And they never even really tried it. You got to try it, right? Okay, Marty says around age 50, Swedes start decluttering for the inevitable. How considerate. So you have until you're 50, kids. Hey, Patrick Family Life. I've been enjoying your pictures online. Okay, I'm going to close these because I don't want to eat anymore. But they taste wonderful. My house is getting into shape because of all the help, Heather Ball says. Awesome. You're welcome, Patrick Family Life. Table for 9. Any thoughts on when I go out and none of the routines get done? Often, hubby is in charge. His clean is not my clean. I come home to a mess. Yes, I have lots of thoughts. Number 1, make a list. Make a list. Leave a list for him. Here's what I want you to make sure you do when I'm gone. This is what I do all the time. So when the kids are here with you, this is what I want to get done. Toys picked up, dishes in the dishwasher, table wiped off, whatever. Don't get just short little blurbs, just a few little things, and just say, just mark these off with this pen as you do them, and that way when I come home, I won't have to redo everything, and I really would appreciate it. Okay, that's my thoughts, table for 9. Liz, wow, morbid, but I'm sure effective. Slash Love, the book of Swedish death cleaning will be in English January 2018. Oh, really? 50? I have to get moving, Heather Ball says. Hi, Rebecca. I haven't talked to you in forever. A year and 8 months is not long enough to prepare. Rebecca, you don't have to do it until you're 50. Then you start cleaning it up. But That's in that system. In my system, we're going to do it now. So you're just going to do a little every day. By the time you hit 50, you won't even have anything to get rid of, girl. Lash Love, do you know who wrote it? That's from Liz. It's a Merry Life. Yes, you have to try it. I was watching the other day and the issue of motivation came up again. I think the Flylady thing has helped me the most. That has helped me the most is that I no longer wait for motivation. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, didn't we? You just have to do it. Motivation is a farce, it's a Merry Life said. If you wait for it, it will never come. Betty B. Oh, wow, I'm going to be 50 this coming year. Woo. Table for nine. Yay, I have 5 years. But by 5 years, table for nine, you won't have any stuff to get rid of. It'll be great. You're not going to be minimalist. You're still going to live and have pretty things that you like to keep around, right? I mean, you're going to still enjoy. I plan on living to be 123. So from 50 to 123 is 73 years. I don't want to just live in nothing, right? I'm going to have things I like around me. All right. Can y'all believe it? I'm going to live to be 123. I decided that when I was 23 years old. We'll see if the Lord agrees. Lindsay Van Dusen, I knew the right planner would come into my life. Sister-in-law gave me a calendar with pockets and a fridge notepad broken down to the hour. Awesome, Lindsay. That's great. You know, mine has pockets too. I love my pockets. Oh, Lordy mercy, Rebecca said. Um, Lash Love, Margarita Magnuson wrote the book. Okay, I'll read that because I like to read everything that's related and watch videos from other people. Michelle says, I have tried, gave up over and over. I work nonstop trying to keep it all together. I'm trying to get everyone on board and it is working. I have finally have them helping me more thanks to you. That's good. That's so good. Janet Solorzano, oh no, I'm behind already. Hee hee. Kathy Weaver, 50, I'm 12 years too late. I'm 64, so no worries. Michelle, I got so tired of being the family slave. It was just too much, but honestly, they just don't see it. But with tweaking things your way, I'm opening their eyes. Yay. So good. Checking the book out on Amazon as soon as I'm finished watching this video. Oops, I missed the 50 deadline too, Jackie said. Lindsay, who makes that planner? I need the right one too. I don't know who makes Lindsay's planner, but I use Erin Condren and it has pockets in it and I love it. And it has a little Ziploc bag that goes in it. Marty says, this is my sister, it would be nice too to have a clutter-free home as you age. We get older and tired, so it's smart to take care of the old wedding invitations and junk before you're too tired and sick to deal. That's so true, Marty. People, you don't know what's in your future and how you're going to feel. Lindsay says, it's just a wall calendar, but I'll make it work. I can check and post it on Facebook later. Awesome. Gail Prue, I have managed to make all the adults in my house mad with the phrase complete the process. Oh no, Gail, that's not at all. That's not at all what I want you to do. You know, it's for you to know that there's a process to everything. And then your job is not to make them mad, but to encourage them. And so apologize for making them mad. Encourage them to complete their processes by saying it's going to make it so much easier for you later. You know, there's loads of old things that people say. What's that one thing? A stitch in time saves nine. That means if you sew one little stitch on this tiny little thing, it'll save me from having to sew 9 stitches later because it'll be worse. There's lots of little things like that. Those are old adages and they mean the same thing. Patrick Family Life Passion Planner and Mom on the Go Planner is awesome too. And listen, ladies, I don't care what planner you use. I just think you need something to plan. A calendar is great if it's roomy enough for you. I prefer a planner for me. That's what I prefer. But you can use whatever you want, just as long as you have some place to put your plans and so you can follow them. Sorry, I didn't finish my sentence. A recording of the things I always say, LOL, over and over. Let me see, table for 9. They are kids. They don't see it. Keep reminding. And that's what we have to do. You know, inspect what we expect and remind them. I am going to make a recording. I had them memorize the morning routine. LOL. They can rattle it off. That's awesome. Recording of the things you always say. That's so funny. Every time I complete the process, I hear your voice complete the process, and then I smile. That's Lash Love. Cheesy cheese. Well, that's nice. Suburban Hillbilly. I've watched many of the replays, but I've been overwhelmed. Did 2.5 day trip to see my son for Christmas. It was either leave the son or husband alone, so hubby was left alone. Does that mean he made a mess, Rebecca? Janet, I got my planner on clearance at what happened? Hmm. There's nothing on here. I'm waiting. We have people banned and we have people retracting. It's so fun. I don't know what's going on. I'm just waiting for something else for you to say. Oh, we've been on here for 35 minutes. It's time to finish up anything. Michelle said, another thing. I make the bed first thing in the morning and then firefighting husband comes home and throws down the covers. LOL, he does not fix it when he gets up an hour or so later. Sometimes I do. Tips? I made the bed for years and years and years and years and years. And one day Larry started making the bed. It's so exciting. I don't know why. All right, I'm going to go. It's been 35 minutes. Unless you have some pressing question that I haven't answered. If you do, please put it in the comments below. I will answer it. I've got 2 or 3 more on here real quick that just came up. Sometimes you can find a nice planner at TJ Maxx. I really need one. Yeah, and this is a great time to get one. Oh, your husband did a fantastic job, Rebecca, taking care for your special needs dogs. I never take a day off, so now I'm way behind. No, you're never behind, Rebecca. If he did a good job taking care of the dogs, you're not behind. You're going to start with your morning routine. You're going to do the job for today, and the job for today is purse and car. And then it's the living room, and you're just going to do either 15 minutes of decluttering or one item in the living room. That's all you're doing today. That's all you're doing today. And tomorrow you do it again. We're not catching up. This is not a catch-up game. It isn't. Kat, hi Becca. Oh my goodness, we got lots of questions coming in. Way to show them, Larry. Love you, Susan said. Mr. B, Patrick said. Hobby Lobby and I had to add my own dates and pages, but it was cheap and it works. That's awesome. Jackie and Co. I label my control journal completing the process. I love it. And every time I see it, I hear Kat's sweet voice. Maybe when I get my next cover, instead of putting my name on it, I'll put complete the process. That will be fun. I posted some planners on your Facebook under $20 at Amazon. Awesome, Susan. That's appreciated. Yeah, see, Liz is loving it. Michelle at Got Kids says, he gets home at 8 a.m., so he messes it up right after I make it. That's what I meant. Should I just let it go and fix it or wrap him? Just fix it. He's tired. He came home, he's just resting for a minute. You could say, hey, babe, could you pull the covers up when you're done? Just pull them up. And that's it. That's what I would say to my husband. And if he doesn't, oh well, just go do it. Suburban Hillbilly has hearts and prayers and hearts. She's loving that, I think. Dickie has a doctor's appointment for her husband and he has the flu. Oh no, Dickie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope he feels better soon. I had the flu last year, even after a flu shot. It was awful. Marty says, Janet, I had that with fill-in dates. This year, the dates are in. Yay 365 calendar and yay Hobby Lobby and Michael's discounts. Okay. All right, ladies, it's been 36 minutes. I'm going to go now, but I hope you have a fabulous day. I love you so much, and I hope that everything that we talk about works for you and that you have, every time that you walk by the mirror and you see yourself, you say, you are beautiful because you are. Bye.